Good evening, everybody. Alan here, and I have a special show for you tonight. You know, it's always tough when change hits you, and especially when you're looking for a new job or whatever. And during this COVID period that we've all been experiencing, it's happened to a lot of people. Change has hit a lot of people, and it can be tough. And so I thought, why not bring on somebody that experienced some change and was looking for new opportunities and found an opportunity during the COVID time, and talk with him to get some advice and some strategies for anybody that might be experiencing that right now. So I'm going to bring on my friend, Kim Hubbs, and we're going to discuss how you can find the job of your dreams, or at least one that'll get you by till you get the one of your dreams, even during troublesome times like we're going through now. Kim, welcome to the show, and I appreciate you being on to help people with, some experience that you just recently had and some good advice. And before we get into that, could you just tell people a little bit about yourself in your own words and what you do and where you're from, and so they know who they're learning from?
Sure. Thank you, Alan. It's a great pleasure to be with you this evening and to your viewers. And thank you so much for the invitation. It's a delight to be here, and hopefully I can be of benefit to people out there that have been through or currently going through a change in their life, such as I have been through most recently. There's always light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. So it's a great honor to be here. A little bit about me. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, or as we call it, Super British Columbia. BC, like the state of Montana, has a beautiful geography. We've got the mountains, the forest, the ocean, the rivers, the coast. So it's Vancouver's a great city to be in. I am married, happily married. We've got two beautiful university daughters. And I've been sort of a lifelong sales and business development professional. I love helping customers succeed in their business. I love working with organizations and help them grow their business. So whether for me it's been as a frontline sales rep or an account manager, even leading a team as a sales manager or a VP of sales, not in the too distant past, that ability to help organizations succeed and bring value to their customers is one that I'm really highly passionate about. And outside of family and work, I'm a huge sports enthusiast. I still play hockey, ice hockey, that is, given I'm a Canadian, but a lot slower these days, more social than anything. But I play hockey. I love golf. I like to exercise. I enjoy, like you, Alan, hiking and getting into the outdoors. Certainly, this part of the world, like yours, has lots of opportunity to do that. So that's a little bit about me, and it's life is good. Things are going great. So I'm happy to be here tonight.
And I appreciate that, Kim. And what you said about helping people. I mean, definitely, since I've known you, which hasn't been a tremendous amount of time, but you are very helpful. And I appreciate you coming on tonight to help people, because during the COVID situation, you found yourself in a difficult spot, like many people have found themselves.
Yes.
Something that they thought was secure wasn't maybe as secure as they believed, and you had to go through some change. Could you tell everybody about what you experienced and what you felt when that happened? And before we get into the positive, how you got out of it, what was it like when it happened? Because I'm sure other people are in that same boat.
Yes, I'm happy to share. I mean, I'm overstating the obvious. I mean, it goes without saying that when you lose, you lose your career or a company lets you go, it's a highly stressful and traumatic event. In my situation, I loved the work I was doing. I was very much happy in my career and looking at continuing to build on that with a company who I'd been with for a couple of years. And all of a sudden, one day, boom, you get the call. and your life changes obviously dramatically from a personal and professional standpoint. So for me, it was a tough day. I'm sure many of us have gone through career changes in life. We make a lot of change, and then sometimes in life, change is thrust upon us. So for me, that day was an upsetting one. I can't deny that. I was having a great start to 2020 with business. I was engaging with more clients. I was set to have a really strong year. And then, as I mentioned a moment ago, all of a sudden the rug gets pulled out from under you. So you do take it personally. You think, what did I do wrong? How was I not succeeding? It was a bit of a dark day, and you have to sort of gain composure and take a step back and really get a grip on things. You wonder, what are you going to do financially if you've got bills to pay, you've got a mortgage, family to support, all the things that we all go through in our personal lives. So, I can't minimize the fact that it can be upsetting. I mean, in my situation, oddly enough, I sense that change could be coming. I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not a fortune teller, but I do work in the event marketing industry, helping clients with their brand visibility and their experiential marketing signage. So when COVID hit, let's be real, there's no events, there's no festivals, there's no sports competitions. When that happens, understandably, clients don't necessarily have a need for their event branding signage. Their activations have been canceled, shelved, put on hold, their marketing budget frozen. Companies have big issues to deal with when a pandemic like this turns the business world and our personal lives upside down. So I sort of sense with business taking a real hit that could be change could be coming. I didn't know if it would be, but I knew the company was going through some tough times. So I couldn't say I predicted it. I wouldn't say I was necessarily prepared for it. And as such, nonetheless, it wasn't the brightest of days, but thankfully we all bounced back. So
that I appreciate it. And we've had a couple people saying hey, and just want to shout out to Kellen and Randy. Appreciate you being here and saying hi.
Hello, Randy, Kellen. I think I saw Tim. So
Tim was down here. Yep.
Thank you for viewing this evening, particularly those of you on the East Coast, where it's 2-3 hours later now.
A little bit later, yeah. Kim, almost every time that we've interacted during the pandemic and during when you lost the job and you were looking, you were always positive. And obviously I wasn't around you 24/7, but was it difficult to stay positive, and what helped you stay that way?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question. We all have our moments of self-doubt and insecurity, and I won't call it depression, but where you're feeling down about a situation. I thank you for saying I'm a positive guy. I really believe that I'm a positive, upbeat, glass half full kind of guy. That's the way I am. And maybe in sales, you have to be that way because you're told no so many times. If you're not positive, it's just not the right world for you. So I think inherently, I always view, in spite of challenges, you move forward in life, you get on with life. So, during the first many weeks when I got to know you and the Megamind group, which I'll talk about highly shortly, I was rocking and rolling with business. So the key for me to stay positive really involved a number of things. First of all, family. My wife is very supportive. She is a career person herself. She's highly successful, and we knew we would get through this. I mean, I'd be lying if I said this wasn't the first time that a company had said goodbye to Kim Hubbs. It's happened before, and I think with maturity, you realize it can be very stressful. It affects people's lives. They can lose their family, lose their fortunes, lose their home. How do you buy groceries? But we had a plan, and thankfully we had a positivity about, hey, we can work through this, which does help. And my daughters, who are young women now, university age, very encouraging. we let them know what the deal is. They're big kids, they're young adults, they understand that. So that was first and foremost family. I have a very close network of friends here in Vancouver, and my two brothers that live in Toronto. They're all behind you. When you've got a network of family and friends like that, they've got your back, they've got you covered. They were a great show of support and positivity and encouragement. And in addition to that, excuse me, is Megamind. This wonderful group of individuals, business professionals who I was very blessed to join the Megamind group, our mastermind group, including yourself. That's how I met you, Alan. And this group of 20 or so of us has been a real bright light, a source of positivity and inspiration for me, not only personally, but professionally as well, where we share ideas, share information to help uplift us, to educate us, to inform us. And the opportunity for me to engage with yourself and the rest of the group in Megamind every day by phone, through Facebook, video, or twice a week calls was highly instrumental for me these past couple of months since the change was made in early July to stay focused and stay positive. It was all that combination of things. But when you've got the Megamind family, a team of 20, it's like a football team or a basketball team, or in my world, a hockey team, where you've got all your players together supporting you, cheering you on. So that was highly influential for me. I hope that all makes sense, but it was a combination of things. I do want to add one other thing. I took the liberty of hiring an executive coach. It's not inexpensive, and I appreciate that everyone's got a budget and not everyone can afford that. But through this coach, there was a segment of the coaching and training called Positive Intelligence. And I don't have the book here, but maybe I printed a copy of the cover if you can see it. Positive Intelligence by Shirzad Kameen. And that's a whole topic in and of itself, but I would encourage everyone to at least read the introduction of that book, Positive Intelligence. It talks about the negative saboteurs in your mind that can cause you stress and grief and depression and negativity. And it also highlights the more important working on the sage or positive influences and factors in your brain. Because as you know, you can start the day off positively or negatively, and there's going to be challenges throughout the day with or without a job, a career. And you have to find a way to keep the negatives or the saboteurs at bay. So that help and the daily sort of positive PQ reps that I was doing 2 or 3 times a day, where you just kind of step back and take a 2-minute break and regroup in the midst of challenges, help too. So that's a very long-winded answer to a short question, but it was a combination of those things. And again, go Megamind.
No, I appreciate that. And I think anybody going through some stresses and stuff will too. And thanks for sharing that resource that helped you, because that can probably help a lot of people. And I will say as well, the Megamind group is a fantastic group of people that I've been enriched by these last number of months. Yourself and everybody else have helped me not find a new job, but do my job and do things even better. And it's just wonderful to be around a great group of positive people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see why that helped you stay positive, because it helps me too. Even though I wasn't going through what you were going through, it rubs off on all of us. And it's great to see a lot of those people, coming on here and saying hi and being.
Phil is in the house from Calgary, Alberta. Hello, Phil.
Yep.
And Phil was great with me last week, and I haven't forgotten about you, Phil. I'm not going to make excuses. What would we say? Results, not reasons.
That's right. That's always a good thing. And that will bring me to the next question. To get results, you need to take some actions.
Yes.
What kind of actions did you take, either daily, hourly, weekly? What were the actions that you took to find new opportunities?
Sure. I may seem cool and composed. There's no denying that when you're hit with this, regardless of your age and your maturity and your experience, you kind of say, oh, you know what am I going to do? I literally had to take a step back and think about, okay, I need a job, so to speak, to earn income, to pay bills, to get ahead in life financially. But more importantly, I really took the approach of, at the tender age of 56 years old, but it would apply at any age, what should this new career direction be like? So I want to highlight a couple of books that I've chosen. You and your viewers may know them. This is What Color Is Their Parachute by Richard Bowles, and another one called Switchers, pardon my fingers here, by Don Graham. And they've been great books for me and fantastic resources for anyone that's considering a career change, whether you're forced to make a career change because you're let go or downsized or right-sized, or whether you just are actively seeking a better opportunity. So I want to read just quickly a portion of that from Richard Bowles in his book, What Color Is Your Parachute? Use this opportunity. Make this not only a hunt for a job, but a hunt for a life, a deeper life, a victorious life, a life you're more proud of. So that is one comment I want to quickly make. The other, if I may, Alan, the other just preface I may make, just to give perspective on things, was from the book Switchers. And in it, in the preface, Don mentions, if you're like most Americans, you will spend around 5 years of your life engaged in some type of job search activity. 5 years, that's incredible, just looking for work. You'll hold about 11 different positions in the course of your career, and each job search might take you 6 months or longer. Now, I don't say that to depress people. I say that because in reading these two books and getting help from others, I had to take the approach that a career search is an opportunity to make things better. And as good as it was in the past, and it was good, hey, we can do something different. Yes, you need to pay bills. You've got financial responsibilities, but let me take a step back a bit and do some reading, do some homework, make the career search, in essence, a full-time job to find out what direction I really wanted to go in. What are my interests? What things about my past career positions did I enjoy? What legitimately are my skill sets? What are my strengths, without patting myself too hard on the back? What values are important to me that I would want to make sure are part of a new opportunity with another company? And sort of strategically, through reading and making notes and doing the self-assessment, that was the approach I took. I really made it a homework project so that I knew that the next opportunity I could check things off. I could check the hit list off of what criteria do I need to make the next one really successful. And I had a number of interviews with a number of companies that all seemed right. And thankfully this one came along very quickly. It was only 8 weeks that I was seeking. I didn't want to rush. I knew I didn't want to rush. I mean, I was eager to get going, but I just didn't want to pick the first thing either. So I'm trying to shorten my answer in the interest of time, but I hope that this resonates with you and your viewers and makes sense.
And that's awesome. I mean, you took something that, could crush some people, and you said, wait, this is a time to grow and get better and expand.
Pardon me.
And with the nuts and bolts of your search, did people just find you, or how did you get them to find you? What were there some specific actions you took? You mentioned it was a full-time job. What were you doing that 40, 80 hours a week?
Yeah.
Lots. What kind of tasks?
Yeah, I should add that, many of us, I should ask you, Alan, if you've ever gone through a career change like this. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know, but if you have, many of us are embarrassed. We feel like a loser if a company lets us go. We feel like we've been a failure. We haven't done a successful job. We have to realize that sometimes you can be doing a fantastic job for a company and no fault of your own if they're going through a financial challenge or if their economic realities affecting North America, or in this case, the world, it's out of your hands. So you have to make sure you don't take it personally. And it's easy for me to say that, but try and use it for positive. There are going to be days, I had days where I wasn't feeling good. Companies weren't calling me back. I wasn't, I just felt, oh my God, this thing is, how long is it going to take? But to your point, to your question, the first thing you really have to do is network. You have to let people know. I let the Megamind group I let everyone know, hey, I'm in the midst of a career search. Here's how I believe I can add value. If you know of any companies or any people that you feel would benefit from my involvement in their business, please let me know. I'm sort of looking in this direction, but I'm open to other things. I'd be happy to hear from you. Your friends, your family, the Megamind group, your associates, your peers, they want to help you. They want to help you succeed, to get ahead. So in that sense, you have to let people know. It's not a source of embarrassment. It's something we all go through in life. As the author noted, we're going to go through many career changes. So share it out. So I did that. When I found companies, I started to look for companies that I thought would be interested in. A lot of people will apply to postings. My belief is, do the homework, find out what you want to do, find out if you're not going to be self-employed and you're going to work with an organization, find out what organizations interest you based on what research you can do about them, and approach them. Because most companies hire people not through a posting, but through finding the right people, or the right people finding them. The company that I joined wasn't really actively looking for someone. I happened to find them, and I thought, hey, this could be cool. It'd be a great fit. We met for 2.5 hours. They thought it was a good fit, and we went from there. So I'm not saying don't respond to job postings on websites, but statistics show, the authors that I'm reading say, it doesn't happen that way. Use your network to get you an introduction, and do it that way. So find what interests you, find the businesses that you're passionate about, and then do the homework, whether you think there's an in or not, and try and get an introduction that way.
Were there any actions that you took that weren't as fruitful, and other actions that maybe were really fruitful? I mean, so did you find that some actions were a lot better use of your time than some that maybe you tried and maybe weren't as good a use of your time?
Wow, that's a good one. The biggest challenge for me was finding out what I really wanted to do, because there was a part of me, thank you, Eric Bam, for saying I'm amazing. You're amazing too. There was a part of me that thought, I've spent the last 12, 13 years in a particular industry, this event branding, experiential marketing, signage solution space. Let me build on that. There was another part of me that said, hey, I'm only 56, man. I got a lot of life left here. Let's do something different. And the do something different was really where I struggled. What should that be? I think what I did that was successful was to share out that I was looking for change. I think this sounds sort of intangible. The thing that I believe was most helpful for me was being positive and understanding that it was work every day. It's not something that you just do a couple of hours a day. You have to make it a full-time job to establish your new career. So it's researching companies, finding out who the contacts are. What do you think you'd like about them? It wasn't sitting around and looking at job interview postings on LinkedIn. Quite frankly, there were so many of them, it actually became a deterrent. But it was being more selective in the search. And again, I know when people are out of work and you need a job, sometimes you just have to take a job to make money. I respect that. You have to do that. But I was trying to be more strategic in my approach. I hope that answers your question.
No, that's great. And I guess a follow-up to that, what technology or anything new helped you? I mean, we're living in sort of a new age. People are calling it the new normal, the new amazing, whatever you want to do. Things are different today than they have.
Sure.
And how did that help or hurt your situation?
Sure. For me, video was important. I'll elaborate on that. But I live in Vancouver, British Columbia. A number of the companies that I was targeting were in Canada, whether in Vancouver or, for example, Toronto. But there were also a number of companies in the US. And at this time, as you know, you can't travel. You don't want to travel. You're trying to create a connection with a possible employer. So for me, once I'd done the research and found the possible decision maker, I did create videos. I would send a video. I'd send an email with a video for those of us in Megamind and other viewers that have heard of Hippo Video. I can't speak highly enough about Hippo Video. It would allow me to make a video, literally introducing myself to that audience, that decision maker. And in the case of the company I'm now with, effective September 1st, I sent a video as an example to the owner of the company, introducing myself, expressing my interest in his business, why, and how I felt I could be of value to them. And maybe it wasn't the ice. Perhaps it was the icing on the cake. It was just one. LinkedIn was great because LinkedIn is a tool that I use regularly. I know the Megamind group, we use LinkedIn, but for me, LinkedIn was great because it allowed me, in addition to going to a company website, to go then to LinkedIn, look at that company page, find the decision makers. Oddly enough, there's no substitute for phone calling though, because video is great because you can see the person and get a sense of who they are, how they communicate, how articulate they are, the intonation in their voice. The phone is a big part of it still too. Although it's difficult to find where people are, they may not be in the office. So those were two key things.
That's awesome, Kipperson. Now, before I get to the next more serious,
may I add one other thing? I think Kellen's watching the broadcast, so she'll love this. She'll love this because she has a business, Cards That Wow. And for any of you, if you haven't ordered cards from Kellen, they are beautiful. They're attractive. They'll get you noticed. Old school, not just technology. After every person that I spoke with as part of the interview process, they received an old school thank you card in the mail from me. Because I believe in this day and age of social media and everything being at the touch of a keypad or your smartphone, a handwritten note is the way to still a very effective way to impress people and create that personal touch. So I did that I still do it. 3 thank you cards are going into the mail today with customers I've reached in the first week with my new job at my new business. So
that's awesome. I do that too, and I think you're 100% correct. And I'm going to have Kellen on one of these days to talk about her cards business and some of that, because I think it's pretty impressive too. She puts out some really fantastic stuff.
Sure.
Before the next sort of serious question, which we're getting close to the end, we've been about an hour. I've
been rambling way too much here.
Eric Bam wants to know if you use hair product. And
this is a toupee. No,
I guess Eric wants us to talk about him. I don't know.
And you guys talk about dad bods.
So I guess he wants us to talk about him a little bit. So Eric, we just talked about you a little bit.
Yeah.
Randy's laughing about it. So, okay.
On a serious note, exercise, even when you're job searching, because it'll help you stay positive. Yeah, I know Eric is doing it. I know Randy's doing it. Alan, I know you do it. I'm doing it as well.
No,
it's the chocolate at night that kills me, but I'm exercising.
But you're exercising so you can have some of that chocolate. Yep. Nope. That's extremely important. And like I said, going through a stressful situation like you just did, like we're all going through with COVID, and the stuff that's going on in the world, exercise can help us keep some sanity and reduce some of that stress and keep us positive.
Bang on.
As we're getting to the end, you've given a lot of good advice. Is there any other advice that you could give to people that are going through a similar situation or a tough challenge that you haven't already provided us?
That is number one. I'm going to repeat myself because I think I think the message is important. I think I'm preaching to the converted here. Everyone knows this. It's easier said than done. And in no particular order, stay positive. Stay positive. You're not the only one to have lost a job. I wasn't. There's thousands of jobs out there. With the right approach, there will be a new one. And in all likelihood, it'll be even better. So that is number one, stay positive. Number two, engage your network. As I mentioned earlier, your family, your friends, your peers, maybe past coworkers that you had a good relationship with. Megamind group, engage Megamind. These are people that want to help, that want you to succeed in life, to be your best, to get ahead. If you cower away thinking, oh, I'm unemployed, and if you feel like you're not worthy, that is the death knell. You have to believe in yourself, believe that you're great, that this is a bump along the way. It could be a serious one. Again, I'm not making light of it, but that with the help of others, with your own action and others, you will get through it. And finally, number three is you have to have a plan. Take the time in the heat of the battle just to take a step back and go, okay, what do I need to do to create my new career opportunity? What's right for me? I think if you do that, and 3.5, eat lots of pizza. I had pizza last night with my wife. I pretty much devoured a large. So there's the exercise out the window. Eat lots of pizza. So 1, 2, 3, 3.5. There you have it. But seriously, I think if you do those things with the right mindset, whether it's only 8 weeks in my case, I was very blessed and lucky, or maybe it's a few more weeks. Hopefully it will not be long. It will happen. There's lots of opportunities out there. And quite frankly, with companies going through challenges right now, they need good people more than ever. Their business may be suffering. They may be looking for good people to help reignite and get things rocking and rolling again, because we're turning things around. So I'm not trying to sound all airy-fairy about it. I strongly believe in that approach. And the people I consult with, they're the experts. They tell me the same thing. So that's my two cents worth, 2 Canadian cents.
And that's awesome, Cam. And I think that was worth 2 American cents. No, that was great. And I put Eric's comment up there a little bit when you were talking. He's saying he was blessed to have us on his team. I think we're blessed to have him as part of the group. I mean,
he's the captain of the ship
as well, and you really respect and enjoy Eric's friendship and support too. Like that he came on and it gave a little lightness to a serious topic.
Yeah,
we're talking
it is absolutely serious.
It's good.
It's absolutely serious. There are thousands upon thousands of people in the U.S. and in Canada that are affected by this, and we need to help each other. And I believe good things will come of it. There may be a little short-term hurt along the way. That's never pleasant, but we can do it. We can get through it. I
agree. Randy said worth a loonie. So hey, we're up from the.
We even have a toonie in Canada, a $2 coin. So there you go.
Ken, before we close tonight, I know that you help people all over, even not just Canada, but down here in the U.S. with signage and branding and some different things like that as well. Can you tell everybody who you help, how you can help them, and the best way to get a hold of you, if they're looking for something that you can help them?
Sure. Thank you for allowing me to do a little bit of self promotion here. My email address is kimhubbs@shaw.ca. Thank you, Alan, for sharing that. For the audience in Canada, the company that I represent is a large format graphics printer. So if you need large event marketing signage, we're the ones to come to at Multi Graphics in Vancouver, Canada. And for our US audience and our US fans, I still have connections with my US brethren for people that need a branded tents, flags, table covers, banners, that type of on-site signage to help, again, with events, festivals, marketing campaigns, product launches, community outreach. So if you need that type of branded signage, I can certainly be of assistance with a partner there. So if you want your company to be visible, pardon me, I'd be delighted to be of service to you. And thank you for allowing me to share that.
Certainly. Well, thank you for coming on this evening to share some wisdom that was sort of hard earned these last couple months. And, I want to tell everybody out there, if you know of anyone that's struggling right now, looking for some work, looking for a change, that, this wisdom could help, share this video with them. It's going to be out here. It's going to be shareable. Get it to people that it could help.
Yes.
Kim and I did the show.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Alan. Our absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And to our viewers, again, thank you for your support. I'm so appreciative that you took the time to listen and watch tonight. Let's make it a great one. And as I always say, until we meet again.
Thank you much, Kim. And everybody out there, thank you for watching. Stay tuned, because a lot more different positive shows are going to be coming on this channel. I appreciate every one of you being here. Have a
great
night.
Thank you.